Hey, what's up, Yankees fam? This is your die-hard Yankees fan here, bringing you an exclusive, serious, and well-sourced analysis of one of the hottest topics buzzing around the Bronx, Paul Goldschmidt's future. As you all know, the Yankees made a bold move this offseason by signing the 7-time All-Star veteran after his stellar run in St. Louis. It was a short-term deal, just 1 year at $12.5 million. What looked like a strategic boost might not extend beyond the 2025 season. According to recent reports from Jim Bowden at The Athletic, always a trusted source plugged into the MLB market, Goldie's days in the Bronx could be numbered, and not because of performance issues. On the contrary, even at 37, Goldschmidt is proving he's still got plenty left in the tank. Hitting, running, and leading. He's slashing an impressive .339 this season. Numbers that, if it weren't for Aaron Judge absolutely mashing, would probably make him the Yankees' offensive MVP right now. Goldie's still a reliable first baseman, a sneaky base runner, and that quiet leader who lets his play do the talking. But this is New York, baby. The city that never sleeps, also never waits. The Yankees are clearly pivoting towards youth, betting big on homegrown talent. And when it comes to first base, the name echoing through Yankee Stadium is Ben Rice. Rice, at 26, is already making noise this season, batting .252 with 10 homers and a strong .881 OPS. He represents not just the future, but a more cost-effective and developmental long-term option. Plus, his versatility could open up interesting lineup shifts, especially if Giancarlo Stanton stays healthy and locks in as the designated hitter. The Yankees front office view is pretty clear. Investing in youth is the priority. Keeping Goldschmidt for another year would only make sense if Rice or Stanton's health becomes an issue. Otherwise, it's tough to see the veteran sticking around the way. Bronx past 2025. From a strategic standpoint though, let's be real, having a vet like Goldie around for a grueling postseason run could be huge. We're talking about a guy who knows pressure, knows playoff baseball, and can be a key clubhouse leader for a young squad. My take, Goldie's going to be crucial through this season, especially if the team makes a deep playoff push. But looking ahead is pretty clear. Ben Rice is the long-term answer at first, and Goldschmidt's likely headed elsewhere, or maybe even considering hanging him up. Now, let's dive into one of the biggest stories around our team right now. Aaron Judge is on the verge of making baseball history, and his next stop could be one of the most epic chapters in his legendary career. The New York Yankees are heading to Colorado for a 3-game set against the Rockies from Friday to Sunday at Coors Field, one of the most iconic and, let's be real, dangerous parks for any pitcher in MLB. That's because Coors is hands down the most hitter-friendly ballpark in the league. The massive outfield combined with a thin Denver air creates a dream scenario for power hitters. Here's the crazy part. This will be Aaron Judge's first time ever playing at Coors Field. Yup, you heard that right. Even though he's played at non-traditional parks like the Field of Dreams game and that London series against the Red Sox, Coors was still missing from his resume. And come on! Every time Judge steps up to the plate, it feels like he turns the park into his personal playground. Imagine what he's gonna do at Coors, where the ball just flies off the bat. Straight up chills thinking about it. In his 6 career games against the Rockies so far, all at Yankee Stadium, Judge has already crushed 4 home runs and posted a .316 batting average. So yeah, he already loves hitting against this team. But this time, the stakes are even higher. Aaron Judge is in the hunt for that mythical 400 batting average for the season. To put that into perspective, the last guy to finish a full season above .400 was Ted Williams in 1941, hitting .406. That's legit one of the most legendary stats in all of sports. Right now, Judge is flirting with that mark, and every at-bat counts to keep that dream alive. Playing at Coors, where batting averages tend to get a little boost, could be exactly what he needs to keep rolling. But it's not all sunshine and home runs. That same altitude that helps the hitters also wears players down fast. The thin air leads to quicker fatigue, and it could be a grind over the course of this series. Plus, even though the Rockies pitching staff has been struggling big time, Colorado's literally the worst team in the MLB right now. They know facing Judge is an event, and you can bet they'll be locked in. Another factor, the fans. Despite their rough season, Rockies fans always show up. Add the Yankees coming to town and Judge making his Coors debut. it's gonna be electric. That energy affects everyone. Hitters, pitchers, you name it. If Judge can take advantage of that environment, dropping a few singles, maybe a couple of doubles, and yeah, probably launching some bombs into the Colorado night, he could keep pushing his average up and keep the 400 dream very much alive. On a technical level, Judge's approach this season has been flawless. His plate discipline is next level, laying off bad pitches, hunting for the ones he can absolutely crush. That's exactly what you need to maintain a high average. Plus, Judge's base running this season has been low-key awesome. It's not the flashiest part of his game, but stretching singles into doubles or taking that extra base makes a huge difference in maximizing his offensive impact. And let's not forget, and beyond a personal milestone, Judge's hot streak is crucial for the Yankees overall. His leadership, both on and off the field, sets the tone for the whole squad. Watching him chase history pumps everyone up. These are the moments that define seasons and get etched into baseball lore. So Yankees fam, what we're about to witness is potentially Aaron Judge adding yet another legendary chapter to his career and Yankees history. His first ever series at Coors Field with the 400 chase on the line. This is the kind of stuff we'll be telling our grandkids about one day. Now we watch, game by game, and hope that Judge keeps mashing, proving once again why he's one of the absolute greats in the game today. Alright Yankees fam, now let's get into a topic that always fires up the fan base. Trade rumors, especially when it involves our crosstown rivals, the New York Mets. And man, this one could really shock some folks, but honestly, it could be just what we need to strengthen our rotation. As we all know, the Yankees are having an insanely competitive season, looking like serious contenders for the American League title again. But even with the team rolling, there's a clear consensus among analysts and within the organization. We're still one veteran starting pitcher away from really locking this thing down. Since spring training, we've been dealing with brutal injuries. Losing ace Garrett Cole for most of the season, plus Luis Gil for an extended stretch, really shook up the rotation. Will Warren stepped up big time, but the front office wants more stability for the stretch run. And of course, October. So here's the bold idea, pitched by Kerry Miller at Bleacher Report. A rare, hell, almost unprecedented trade between the Yankees and Mets. The proposed deal? Send prospect Cam Schlittler across town in exchange for veteran righty Paul Blackburn, who's currently with the Mets but was an American League All-Star in 2022 with the A's. First, let's break down the pieces. Cam Schlittler is an intriguing prospect. Since the start of last season, he's racked up a nasty 198 strikeouts over 158. One innings with a solid 3.24 ERA. A valuable asset, no doubt, especially considering the Yankees farm system is deep. But not all these guys will get a shot at the big league roster. On the flip side, we've got Paul Blackburn, 31, who was traded from the A's to the Mets at last year's deadline but barely pitched due to a back injury. In 2022, he hit his peak as an all-star and proved he could be a reliable arm. He's never made more than 21 starts in a season, sure, but that's not what we'd need. The Yankees aren't looking for another ace, just a stabilizer, someone who can slot in as the number 5 and eat innings. Blackburn just made his rehab debut with the Mets AAA squad in Syracuse after also dealing with a spring training knee injury. So physically, he's almost back. And for a team like the Yankees thinking playoffs, having a guy like that ready to go could be a game changer. Now let's talk about the cultural and emotional angle here. Yankees-Mets, iconic rivalry. Subway Series always brings the heat. Fans of both teams can't stand each other, but business is business. If this move helps both sides, why not? Historically, these teams almost never trade with each other, like one trade in the past 20 years. But today's landscape is different. The Mets are in sell mode, shipping out pieces, looking to stock up on prospects. For them, getting a guy like Schlittler, who could be a part of their next competitive window, makes a ton of sense. For the Yankees, it's all about strategy. Bring in a veteran who knows how to pitch in big markets, won't cost a fortune, and adds depth for the postseason grind. Plus, let's be real, stealing a useful arm from the Mets while boosting our own rotation. That's some NYC power move energy right there. Looking at the impact, adding Blackburn lets the Yankees manage Will Warren's workload better, keeps the staff fresh, and gives us a safety net if Cole or Gil have any setbacks. And don't forget, championships are won, not just with stars, but with depth. Having a reliable guy like Blackburn ready to make starts when needed could be the difference between an early exit and a deep October run. My take, if the Mets are down, the Yankees should absolutely make this move. The price is right, the risk is low, and the upside is huge. It's smart, calculated, and shows the front office knows exactly what this team needs. So that wraps up the 3 big Yankee stories right now. Potentially saying goodbye to a vet like Goldschmidt, witnessing Aaron Judge's historic pursuit of 400, and maybe pulling off a rare but strategic trade with the Mets. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think the Yankees should go after Paul Blackburn? Is trading with the Mets worth it, or should we just roll with what we've got? What about Goldie? Keep him or pass the torch to Ben Rice? And Judge, is he gonna hit that 400 or what? Drop your takes in the comments. I'm hyped to hear what Yankees Nation is thinking. And yo, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, and share this video with your fellow Yankees fans. You know I'm always here bringing you the real pro-level breakdowns with that true Bronx energy. Stay locked in, this season's only heating up. Let's go Yankees.